Falling behind on bills doesn't usually happen all at once. It happens quietly. You get one missed payment, one unexpected expense, which causes you to miss a payment, one paycheck that disappears faster than you expected. Well, in today's video, I am going to be checking in on my budget and showing you exactly how I stay ahead of my bills, even when money feels tight. And we're gonna set up a plan for you not to fall behind on your bills in 2026. Let's get into it. One of the things that I can say that I am very proud of is the fact that I have gone years without paying my bills late. Whereas before, that wasn't the case. I went more years of my life paying my bills late than I have gone more years with, which was probably the past maybe 4 or 5 years where I've consistently paid my bills on time. So I feel as though I'm qualified to talk about how you can transition from being a person who's always paid your bills late to a person who consistently and proudly pays your bills on time. And let me tell you, that is the real flex. Someone who is always paying your bills, okay? So the first thing that I want to tell you is if you lack having a budget or a financial plan, you are the person who most likely pays your bills late. And the reason why, you may pay your most important bills on time, like your rent or your car note, and even maybe car note, and even maybe rent, but those more important bills that also even have a quicker, let me say, consequence to paying a bill late, you may pay those a little bit on time, because what we do, those of us who, well, not us, I'm not in that number anymore, but those, when I was in that number, I knew which bills I could pay late and what the penalties were, and that would determine if I was going to be paying that bill late or not. So I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a budget, and I knew all of the wrong things. I mean, of course, that's not a strategy, right? To know when or like how punitive it's gonna be if you pay that bill late. So you know that you can pay your rent late by 5 days and you won't get a late fee, or you can pay your rent or your mortgage late by the 15th day and you won't get a late fee, but then it won't hit your credit into the third. I mean, listen, okay? We know it all too well. So lack of having a budget or a financial plan definitely will cause you to pay your bills late. So I will say, create a budget for yourself, okay? Have a calendar where you know exactly when your paydays hit and when your bills are due. And then also have a day within that calendar where you are sitting down and you are taking about 15-20 minutes to pay all your bills within that budgeting period for yourself. If you're a paycheck to paycheck budgeter, if you're a monthly budgeter, however you budget, that works for you. Have yourself a system and a plan, okay? That's the first thing you can do. So let's go ahead and take a look. One of my systems is to check in on my budget at minimum once per week. This is now my second time checking in on my budget during this pay period, okay? So that is one system and plan that I have for myself. So I have my bill tracker here, and I am going to go over to my bills, to my budget, and I am going to make sure that the things that I said was going to happen here is actually happening, or not happening for that matter. So my internet cable, this was on auto pay, and even if the bill is on auto pay, I still look to make sure that the amount that I said was going to come out came out. So for internet cable, This did come out at $151.73. Let me zoom in for you guys. So I use a black pen because this actually came in on budget. Now for my security, this actually came in under budget. I only paid $13.99. So good for that. I remember I had called and got a credit, and so that's the reason why I only paid $13.99. Now everything else is on auto pay, so I'll wait for those things to come out. And then also for my expense tracker, I will expense track this. So this is internet cable, and this is $151.73, and security came out for $13.99. And all of these are withdrawals, and this was on 2/3. This I think was on the 1st. Okay, so completing this expense tracker and then also checking in here. I will also say another reason why people pay their bills late is because sometimes we have high housing and high cost of living. I do 100% understand with the climate that we're living in today. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes the rent is just what the rent is, and if you are not making enough money, it's very difficult to do it all, especially living in California. So I am not going to sit here and act like things aren't high, because they 100% are. What I will suggest is that we find ways to bring more income in. That is, if you're able to do a side hustle, put in extra hours at work, have someone to live with you to eat up some of the costs if you're able to do that. Moving back home, heck, if you need to just move home and stack up for a while. Applying for low income housing if you're able to. All of those things you can do to kind of lower some of the pressures of having high housing and really a high cost of living. I mean, everything has gone up. Our bills are going up. Insurance is going up. The average car note, from what I've read, the average car note is $600. I think it's like $650 or something like that for the average car note. That is absolutely insanity. So you have car note, and then you have insurance, and you know, you just have all these things that we have to have. That's a lot of money. So finding a way to kind of subsidize or bring in more income is what we have to do to kind of help us to not fall behind on our bills. I know people who they say, okay, well, I'm going to pay my rent with my first paycheck, and then the second paycheck, I'll be able to pay the rest of my bills. And yes, I'm going to be late, because all I'm able to pay is everything with all I'm able to pay is my rent with the first paycheck. So definitely that's what I would say there, to try as much as you can to lower our housing and the cost of living. So now here I'm also going to check off internet and cable, because those have been paid, and then the security has been paid. You know, I didn't even check this off for January for all of these things, which were actually paid. The only thing that wasn't, no, water was paid. Oh, whoops. Oh no, wait, I'm tripping. Yeah, water was paid. Okay, yeah, all the rest of the stuff was paid. I forgot to check it in. Nope, not this. And not this. Another thing that can definitely cause us to fall behind on our bills is having those unexpected or irregular expenses to come through. And so what I would suggest for that, as much as you can, to start building savings. You know, start putting some money away for a rainy day, for an emergency fund, for a car fund, even if you do like sinking funds, just really trying to be proactive in, you know, setting money aside. So I did actually take $120 out, and I also took out $175, and that was for a total of $295 that I was able to put aside to start my savings again. So as much as you can, if it's not this amount, if it's, you know, $25, whatever you can, it all adds up. I'm trying to tell you, it all adds up. And I'll also say, like, lifestyle creep. You know, I think that is another reason why we fall behind on our bills, because there are some of us where our income does actually increase and we stop doing our budgets and we stop being responsible, and lifestyle creep comes in, and we're doing more entertainment, you know, we're doing more of these things, and we forget everything else because we're excited, we're making more money, we're outside, we are just feeling good and living life. But I will tell you that it only lasts for so long, and once you start falling back into those old habits again, it's really not fun. And then you have to like start over. And I am all for the people who start over, because you realize and you kind of understand, okay, you know what, let me pull it back a little bit. Let me pull it back all the way. Forget a little bit and let me get back on track, because this is not the way to live. So just, you know, trying as much as you possibly can to not allow lifestyle creep and impulse spending to start taking over your world again once your income does increase. And I'll also say, like, looking at my budget, when I look at my utility bills, like this is, my electric bill was $241.49. You know, I take pest control as an a utility bill, because listen, me, okay, I don't know about others, but me. So when we have some of these, and I have the rest of my utility bills that are due at the end of the month, you know, sometimes they're expensive, but you can work with your utility company, and there are certain programs that you can put yourself on where you're not paying, where you get a discount, every month, or even like balance billing. So if you know that in the summertime you're always running your AC because it's hot, they can balance the bills out for the entire month. So give them a call and see like what options you have available in order to kind of, you know, not have to deal with those high bills. So I would definitely just say, you know, the first thing is having a plan, checking in on your budget. That's how you're not gonna fall behind. Having a set day in your month where, and I'm gonna say it all the time, because there may be new people looking at my videos, or maybe you just haven't heard me say it before. Have a day where you sit down and you pay all of your bills up until your next budget. It is going to be such a stress reliever. I cannot tell you how much. But having that day, write it down in your calendar. For me, it's on payday. So as soon as I get paid, I'm paying all these bills within the next 2 weeks. And anything that is on auto pay, I am letting that come out on its own. And I already have here what's on auto pay. I am doing daily check-ins on my budget. I'm looking to see what is coming up. Another very important thing that I think will help a lot of people, and people have actually told me that it's helped them, is having a bill account. That means that the only thing that you do out of this account is you have bills coming out of that account. So you're going to fund the account with the amount of bills, with the amount of money that you need to be able to pay these bills, and maybe even having like a $500 cushion in there. And the only thing you're doing out of this account is paying bills. That way, you will never accidentally spend your bill money. If there is an unexpected expense that will come out of your account, it most likely won't come out of your bill account, because the account that you do most movement in and out of will be a totally different account. But your money is secure and it's set aside in a separate bill account.
Just tell people, put your bill money in one bank, your spending money in a different bank.
Come on.
So your Cash App and F off money, money you just messed up.
Yeah.
Put that in the other bank. Don't put it in your bill account, because they will go back. If you overdraft, they're going to overdraft out your bill money if it's in the same bank.
Right. Yeah.
And so you need to have them in separate banks. And then that allows you to, like, okay, I'm going to be able to budget my money right. My bill's going to be on time. Everything going to be right.
Good.
I'm not going to have anything coming out of this account. And don't even keep an ATM card for that account.
Yep.
I don't even have an ATM card
Yeah, I don't even
for my main bank.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if somebody takes something out my wallet and you think you got my ATM card, you ain't getting nothing.
Right.
You ain't getting nothing. It might be $200 in there that you
Right.
have at it, because you are not getting to the real money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, you got to be vigilant with things like that, because you could be your own worst enemy when it comes to budgeting and spending.
Yeah.
And,
This was so life-changing for me. Let me tell you, it's in my system and it works. It works hand down. So people fall behind on bills literally for a lot of reasons. And a lot of the times it isn't always laziness. It's just many people just don't have a clear budget. Housing costs are a lot, like we talked about. Unexpected expenses, lifestyle creep, and all that stuff. But there is a way that you can be proactive and get ahead of it. Making sure you are expense tracking and checking in on your budget every single day. Once you get used to it, you can kind of probably break it down to checking in like once a month. I'm saying not once a month, I'm sorry, once a week. Okay, so now let's also look at some of the things that I have for February. I'm going to add something here. So I am using cash. I'm hustling, you guys, tracking my spending, all this good stuff. So make sure that you guys are checking in on your budgets, and things are already looking on the up and up. So do not fall behind your bills this year. Please, let's really start doing something different. So if you have any questions about falling behind on your bills, please leave them down below. Also, if you have something that you specifically do to remind you to pay your bills on time and not fall behind, please leave it down in the comments below. This community is all about sharing, because that's how we all get ahead. Sharing is caring. But thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Go be great, besties. Peace out.
Special and she reckless. Remember, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she my bestie. My love for you is endless. Nobody else can end it. And when I get the money back, then baby girl, you can spend it. And everything is alright. I like how you do it.